See, instead of being caught up with your desires all the time and what's happening in the 3D, that's how you lose yourself. That's how you will lose yourself. You will lose your sense of self. And if you don't have a stable sense of self, if you don't have a stable self-esteem and inner self-esteem, and you're not filling your own cup from within, you're going to be at the mercy of everything around you. And again, that can be your environment, it can be your job situation, it can be the stress that people, like the way that people are interacting with you. And on one hand, yeah, you know, and so it's like you're going to be at the cause or at the effect of your environment unless you come from within and realize and take responsibility, take radical accountability, and say, look, how am I playing a part in the circumstances of my life? Well, they may not be ideal. They may not be ideal, and there may be various different ways which I am not receiving the results that I want. I'm not being treated the way that I want. I'm not getting the material things, or my achievements are not in where I would like them to be, and all of these different aspects. Looking back at yourself, doing introspection, and honestly spending time alone with yourself, getting clear on your values, getting clear on what it is that you want for your life and what it is that you want long term. Because when we get into these emotional states of reactivity, we become so short-sighted. We want to point the finger at somebody else. We want to put the blame on somebody else. And oftentimes we want to attack somebody else and go into those lower parts of our human nature and then justify it. Whereas the mature thing to do, the right thing to do, and in the end, the best revenge, you know, I've talked about this many times, is success. The best revenge is focusing on yourself, bringing your attention back onto yourself. Stop worrying about what these other people are doing if they're not being respectful to you, if they're dragging you down, if they're being abusive psychologically, mentally, physically to your well-being, if it is clear they do not care for you, then you need to remove your attention from these people. The greatest revenge you could do is is that, because you are such a good person. If you are a good person, if you are a caring and loving and kind person and a kind-hearted person, and you do things, you are loyal, you are a loving person that comes and brings your best, and you bring your all to your friendships, your relationships, and the people that are around you, the biggest revenge that you could have is to pull that away from that person, because they will realize that it was a curse the day that they met you, because they're never going to find somebody like you again. And by pulling your attention away from them, by pulling your presence completely away from them, that is what will make them realize that what they actually lost. Upon reflection, upon time going by, they will realize what it is that they've lost, and they will realize that they won't be able to find it again. They may spend their entire lifetime searching for it through different people, but they'll never be able to find what you had to offer in their lives. And the source of positivity, the source of motivation, the source of creativity that you offered them, and that you know, a true caring person that really cared about them and their best interests, because those people are rare in life. Once you realize that it doesn't matter whether you get the external desire, that is when the external desire will get pulled to you. We had a situation here the other day, and actually I'm going to cut the video short because my realtor is calling me, but stay tuned. I'm going to do another video, and I'm going to share with you guys the situation I'm talking about. Hit me with a like, subscribe, all that. See you guys in the next one.